As you can see, it's 1.1 amps going into the battery. It's balancing right now, so it's good. Because these batteries need to be balanced at a higher voltage. You get it all down to 3.65 volts per cell group. I actually made a online double conversion UPS where I took my 3000 watt Xantrex Freedom XC inverter charger, and then the battery cables go to that, and then there's two 4-gauge cables that go from the Freedom XC 2000, and so basically one inverter is powering the other inverter, but if power fails, it just battery automatically seamlessly takes over. Nothing to be said, nothing to be done. You don't hear any clicks. You know, right now the air conditioner is actually running on the 2000 watt inverter, but being powered from the 3000 watt inverter. So you see what I'm saying? And the battery has nothing to do with it. Actually, the battery's getting a little bit of a charge. So, yeah, pretty cool, huh? And sometimes the battery will supplement it also. I mean, it's kind of low with the fans going, but we'll see how this runs. I mean, I was going to use the Outback 2800 watt charger, but every time the power, and I did test, when I would pull the cord, the power would glitch. It was enough to restart the computer and the TV sometimes. So yeah, it just was annoying. I was like, fuck it, I could put that in the van and just use these two as a online double conversion UPS. So let's see if I could show you on camera. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, cool. And then we'll flip it around if I can. I mean, I don't know if I can or not, but I'll try to flip the camera around. Let me see if I can. Maybe I can, I don't know. Well, that sucks. Okay, well, I guess that's what it is, right? Try to show you here. But here it is, the setup. You can see the white one down there. There's the connections for it. I'm looking at the amperage, about 100 amps coming out of here, going from the 3000 and going into the 2000. So, and that's just for the AC. So we're gonna plug in the other stuff, the computer and stuff like that. But as you can see, it's only drawing a couple amps. Probably need to bump up the. Actually, let's look at the Xantrex app here. It's drawing about 15. And you see the incoming voltage is like 109.5. And this is also to eliminate the low voltage problem. So 14.2. I'm gonna lower that down a bit just to, so that way we could probably bump that up a little bit to 19. Go back and we'll take a look and we'll see what's going on. I wish I could do the back camera, but unfortunately I can't. So we're putting about 91. Alright, so we're putting about 102, put 100 amps out of the white inverter and into the 2000, which is the gray one. So I'm going to say white and gray. So white is the 2000, the gray is the, I'm sorry, the white is the 3000, the gray is the 2000, okay? There's a lot of airflow coming out of the white one, so I'm not worried about the cables and connections getting hot, like right there, you know? I'm more worried about the gray, but these are little 4-gauge cables. I actually had to drill out the, you know, the little things that go over these posts, and I don't want the wires to get stressed out. So, but we're just doing preliminary tests just to make sure zero out the amp meter again here. So we're doing about 100 amps. And this is a 10 gauge power cable connected to a 20 amp male plug. And I do have a 20 amp breaker for this circuit, so that should be more than enough to get a look at the. So it's about 15.2 coming in. Yeah, we're gonna let that run. I have to do something real quick. I'll be back with you guys. Turn them back. So let's see where we're at. So at 14.3, that's good. 15 amps, 110 volts. Putting about 3 amps into the battery, so it's good. As you can see, they're way out of balance. I don't know why the temperature is like that. It's strange. But yeah, there's an active balancer that's actually on the, it's probably like 1 amp at the most, so it's gonna take a while, but you know, that's what it is, right? But yeah, the air conditioner's running, yeah, nice and cool. Saying like 73. I mean, I don't know how accurate that is. And the light right here is still running on the grid power. It's not running from that other inverter. So, yeah. But yeah, this is the setup. There's a plug I put on the side there. So, probably should have had it more over to the other side now. So, but yeah. I guess I could move it maybe. I don't see why not, right? So. But yeah, this is the current setup. It's working pretty good to my satisfaction. Like I said, if I pull the power, the AC stays on regardless. It's just going to take a while for the batteries to come back up to charge. You know, simple as that. But it is what it is, right? I just wish that the wiring inside the wall was true 10 or 12 gauge all the way to the breaker from the outlet. Because then I would put a 30 amp outlet and a 30 amp breaker, and then I can get the max off of that circuit, you know what I mean? But I don't know where the wire goes in the wall. It'd be hard to fish through, you know. Yeah, I'm assuming that because the outlet's right here in the wall, the breaker's by where the fridge is. It's a short run, probably like less than 10 feet, but still, you know, it's a lot of work to do for a project like this, right? But at least I know if I needed to, I can always probably put like some solar, a couple solar panels laying on the sidewalk or something to run a cable through the window up here. I don't know. Anything is possible, right? Especially when the power's out. You know, I could always put my generator on the sidewalk or chain it up to something, run a cord up through the window here and plug it in, you know? So, but it's working good so far. It's just pretty noisy though because of the fans, but you know, it is what it is, right? I'd rather have everything working properly and a little bit of noise than, you know, than nothing at all, right? So I'll see you guys later though. I'm gonna tweak this a little bit more and go from there. Oh well, we got like 14 amps coming in. That's interesting. Huh. You always lower down though too, so yeah, see it's starting to balance out, so it's good. Yeah, we'll let that balance out and then go from there, you know. So, but yeah, in order to make this work effectively, you have to keep your cable runs all the same length and the same size and the same quality in order to really make it work right. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much what it is, you know. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.